Hi, I'm Susan. Thanks for choosing Decorating Magic. Today I'm going to show you how to make a Dollar Tree Dementor. This is the finished product, and I'll show you what you're going to need to make it. I was in Dollar Tree looking for supplies, and I saw this guy, and I thought, wow, that's really pretty good. He's got the bendy arms with the extra big skeleton hands, and then I realized, wow, I could make a Dementor. So what you need is something like this. If you can't find the exact one, just something similar. You're going to need some liquid starch, some flat black acrylic paint, some flat black spray paint, possibly some fabric stiffener. You're going to need some lightweight black fabric, some cheesecloth, and something to hang your creature on while he dries. Okay, so the first thing I did was to just undress this guy. Okay, it's a little bit hard. You kind of slip his hood off. Some of them are easy to get off, and some of them took a minute. So anyhow, you just slide this off. Okay, I think you guys know how to do this, so we're just going to go on to the next step. It just comes off like that, and then you've got to cut it off of his shoulders. There's that little plastic hoop there. So here he is naked. And I realized I want to make the Dementor have that big round mouth that the Dementors have, you know, to suck your soul in. So I tried a couple of different things, but the easiest thing was just to use an incense stick. And the first time I did it, I kept losing the cherry, so I would hold him like this with as far away from the fire, my fingers as far away from the fire as possible. So I'm going to let this get going here. And then I'm just going to apply it. Going to have to do it a couple times. And really, as soon as you get the plastic soft enough, you can just take your scissors and kind of poke a hole and then twirl it. Or almost there. I have to do it a couple more times. And like I say, I kept losing the cherry inside the skull last time, so I did mine over by the sink. Just be careful. See, I just lost a little piece there. The tablecloth is burning. All right, I think I've got that soft enough that I can just use my scissors. So let's see. Yep. So we're just going to twirl it until we get it the right size and shape. Now while you're doing this, you'll see there's all this debris. I'm just going to snip that off with a pair of fingernail scissors. Although I kind of like it. I left one on. But if you don't like it, you can just snip it off like this. Get a good clean mouth hole there. Okay, so this guy is ready to be taped up. This one has already been taped. Now, I started at the top and went straight down all the way around the shoulders and moved these around just so you got all of it. The spray paint would not adhere to the foam, that's why we're taping it. So by the time I got down to about here, I just spiral wrapped it. And then I went ahead and put the arms in the position that I want them to be in, because if you spray painted them while they were straight and then bent them up, there might be gaps in the tape. You'd see white or the foam. So again, I'm just using, you know, inexpensive dollar flat black spray paint to make sure he's good and covered. This guy has already been painted. Now I noticed after the first guy I made that he has kind of a sheen, even though I used a flat black spray paint. All right, so this guy, I took some of this acrylic paint and just painted his face, and it's not shiny anymore. I like that better, I think. Okay, so the next step is to cover him with the lightweight black fabric. So let me find out where I need to put my little hole, put his string through. So this was actually an old curtain panel. I'm going to use this little hemmed edge. I'm going to fold it back like a cape or hood. And I just need to figure out where I want the hole. I want it to drape over his head a little bit. All right, so there's where I need the hole. I'm just going to take my little scissors and snip a hole. And then thread them through. This might take me a minute. Yep. Okay, I can do this. Yay. Okay. So I'm going to hot glue this fabric to the skull, just because if he's outside flying at night being a Dementor, he won't lose his cape. And turn that hem back up. I may have put the hole a bit too far back, so I'm going to undo the hem. Almost lost it. All right, so I'm going to hot glue it here. I usually use something to pat it down with. I've burned myself too many times with hot glue. All right, so that's going to secure his hood. Okay, now he's looking pretty good. We're going to put him on the hanger so we can apply the cheesecloth. I'm going to take this guy down. He can go hang out with his buddies. And hang him up. Okay. Try to pull that little hot glue off. All right, so I'm going to wear gloves. I don't usually wear gloves, but this is an extra messy craft project. All right, so I'm going to shake up the liquid starch. On the first guy, I used a can or a jar or whatever that I had for a long time, and it really was not as stiff as I thought it was going to be. So I bought a new jug. Make sure you got enough in there to completely cover your cheesecloth. And again, this is just flat, matte, black acrylic paint. And the first guy really turned out more gray than black, so I'm going to put more paint in than I did the first time. It may work, it may not. I ended up spray painting that guy, so if this doesn't dry completely black, we're okay. So just make sure you stir this up well. And just so you know, I've got a trash can and some paper towels right here, because this is messy. Okay, here's my cheesecloth. I used about a yard, and it's sort of in a rectangular shape. So I want to unfold it all the way before I dip it down in there, just to make sure I get enough coverage. And use a bowl big enough that you can completely saturate your cheesecloth. Okay, we're just gonna kind of have to spread it out a little bit. I think we're getting pretty good coverage. Okay, now the next thing to do is to squeeze out all the excess. And this is the part that's really messy. Okay, I'm going to ditch the gloves. Okay, so we're going to spread this out. Going to find where I need to put the hole. I want to put it on the rectangle side, so I'm going to, okay, find the middle. Just make a little hole. Thread it through. And I hang them back up. Okay, now his hands keep grabbing. That fly is driving me crazy. Okay, so we're going to spread them out like this. Have it come down over his face a little bit. We're going to drape it over his hands, but I mean over his arms, but I want to see his hands. Okay. Now, on the first one, I took a hairdryer and blew it back so that the fabric would blow back. But I ended up just taking this little pole and sticking it in the ground so that the fabric was laying out like that, and just let it dry like that. I'm going to just drape it over this little plant. I think the fabric's just a little bit too heavy for that hairdryer trick. But anyhow, all you have to do now is let it dry, and you've got yourself a Dementor. So I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, please subscribe to my channel, and I have provided Amazon links to the products I used in the video description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.